What up, fam? And welcome back. I am masculinity architect Dwayne Langham. This is the Yolo Ave, the road leads travel, and you have just tuned in for another leap year challenge. Day 30 out of 365. Wow, this is the first 30 days out of 12 months. We have finished the first month. Yeah. December 10th, January 9th today. Just got off a call with a client, but I wanted to share the thought. I heard some brilliance. So another upcoming book review. I'm reading through David Goggins, Never Finished. And there is some brilliance in this book. So let me first say, I've never been one to follow David Goggins very closely. I mean, I got the whole military background, the SEAL training, and marathon running, hard grit, gridiron gang, Iron Man personality. I get who and what he is, what he's about, and I haven't followed his story specifically. And I got some feedback. A little birdie told me that this new book, Never Finished, has been transformative for people and very powerful. And so that got my interest. And so put it on the list, on the chopping block, and I think it's about 53% through it. I do audiobooks, visual learner, so I take in information quickly. Here's a hack. If you haven't found an audiobook, get the book, or at least a PDF, throw it in Google Books. They have a read aloud function. So boom, going through the motions. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something started from the bottom. And no, I'm not just talking about a catchy song. I really want to underline what he was saying in this book that stood out to me. When I talk about masculine and feminine in my work, I talk about you have to get out of the comforts of the kingdom, and meaning that all the comforts, everything that makes it easy, soft, masculine goes out to the suburbs to die. Now you actually go out there to forward your legacy, build a family, children, family, feminine women, everything thrives in that peaceful suburban environment. Masculinity, however, has no challenges. So the hard edge, needing to stay sharp, needing to push, needing to grind. And that can be a good thing. It has its balance and flow. However, it's extremely soft. It's extremely easy. There's no need for a savage. There is no need for a beast. Of course, talking about David Goggins, that is the man's message at heart. And so he pointed out in the context that the shit we go through, starting from the bottom. He was telling about this military master sergeant who retired to become a janitor in the academy. And he was talking about how the naval officers are in training there, that he was cleaning up their rooms, the bathrooms, sweeping hallways as a janitor. They overlooked him. He's just nobody. And they come to find out, because this is military, that they hear about his bravery. They hear about his honors back in one of the great wars. And from it, all the people that he saved with his actions, even becoming a POW. And then once they knew that, there was the honor. And he was talking about that space. He gave that as an example. So what am I saying? Starting from the bottom, to do that, to have bravery, accolades. He was awarded the Medal of Honor for bravery in the military, right? High distinguished honor and praise. And he's there as a janitor. So those officers in training got the insight that this man has everything they're looking to build themselves into. And he's looked over because he's in the position of a janitor. But the humility and the humbleness to that, what I got access to in hearing him share about this story, is something I validate as truth. There's something about the cycles of life that when you start from the bottom, when you have humility, that's where you grow the most. When you're at the top, when you have the luxuries, the amenities, the spoils, the access, the power, the resources, the connections, everything you can think of, right? All the dreams that we want, right? That's literally the song. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Once you get here, once you've made it, as they say, life's on easy street. That's the first instance you begin to die. That's the first instance that parts of you are no longer challenged, no longer expanding, no longer growing. And we don't sit stagnant as human beings. We are either ascending or descending. That's the only way it works. You will backslide if you're not striving for progress. And what it was pointed to in the book is that all of the discipline, all of the structures, all the need to learn, to grow, all of the lessons. That's it. Life, as there's wins and losses, W's and L's. And as I coach my clients, the L's are always lessons. The L's are where there's growth available. The L's are where the gold is. And that I just wanted to share and impart as a thought for the day, because taking that approach voluntarily, taking the approach that no matter what, you're willing to start from the bottom or have a mindset that you're at the bottom, this master chief being a janitor. And the value of that, and what David Goggins said in his book, Never Finished, is that he was talking about how it wasn't about him, that master chief, it wasn't about him. Highest honor available in the military, he retired to be a janitor at a base. And it not being about him, he knew the lesson of still being of service. Getting up every day, day in, day out, chopping the wood, doesn't have to. Retired from military with the badge of honor, medal of honor, like with that kind of accolade, with that kind of achievement, with that kind of a success, he could easily backslide. He could easily sit back, kick his feet up. And if you've ever heard that, when people retire, they typically die soon after, because if you're not called into something in life, you're not up to something in life, it's so easy to do nothing. And if you don't have a reason, purpose, meaning in your life, you won't have much life to live. And so I just want to underline that for wherever you are, whatever challenges you are, whatever you're facing, myself personally, even, I'm going through a season of having to start over, having to rebuild. And yes, it is humbling. Things aren't bad. I'm good. Roof over my head. I'm talking to you on this 4K device and everything. Everything's good. And I'm not here, right? I'm starting back from the bottom. I'm rebuilding my relationship, my life, my business, my health, everything. And in that space gives me the appreciation. In that space have I, even inside of this leap year challenge, that's all part of it. These YouTube channels, everything that I'm doing, I'm rebuilding, starting from the bottom. Let me go to these channels and just give it all I got for a year. Put out this content, daily shorts, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, long form content, 3 times a week, 3 channels, starting from the bottom. Let me rebuild my clientele. Let me start serving women the same way I serve men, starting from the bottom. The humility, the humbleness to start over, to be thankful for every little thing, every little penny, every little opportunity, every little task, chore, whatever it is that you do. Parenting, my girls are out there right now. It's starting from the bottom. I'm sitting with them every day, having them journal their thoughts, having them reflect on what they're getting out of life, and me giving grammar corrections and things. It's starting from the bottom to bond with them, taking them to the gym with me as I'm rebuilding my health, to the health, starting from the bottom. Yes, I've lost 100 pounds before. I want a 6-pack. Let me start from the bottom, not just take what I know and what I've done and what I think works. Now let me go from where I am now. I haven't had a 6-pack. Let me humble myself to start from the bottom. Even though I've been in the gym for 27 years, let me humble myself and take a different approach. Let me now dial in the macros, learn about something I put to the side that I didn't need to know, turning my mind off to give me access to something, some secret, some lesson, something I missed, some blessing, some opportunity, something that caused me to stretch to now track my food, measure my food, log my food, look at my macros, look at my nutrients, look at my protein, think about things in a different way, starting from the bottom. And even as I talked about it, we're just coming out of the holidays. It's January 9th. I took weeks off to just be, knowing that I would have the tools, knowing that, yeah, you gain 5, 10 pounds, whatever, starting from the bottom. Let's kick it back over, because the recipe is the lessons that I now have to struggle, that I now have to take some initiative and effort, that I'm 10 pounds heavier, that looseness of doing whatever I want, eating whatever I want, not fasting, not working out. I might have had some muscle loss. I'm sore right now from my first week being back in the gym, starting from the bottom. Anytime I have a challenge in my relationship, I literally take it to square one. Tell me what you need. Tell me what's missing. Tell me what is needed. Let me assess the situation. Look at what there is. Not take what I know. Not take from past relationships. Not take from what this relationship has been. But let me start from the bottom and be on the lookout. Be open to lessons, to opportunities, for growth, for challenges. Where can I stretch myself before I call it quits, before I give up, before I say that this is just not going to work? That space of beauty, it's a real beautiful place. And that's what I wanted to chime in and share, that I'm reflecting on the value in life when you start from the bottom. You will have the most appreciation, the most gratitude. You will be your most resourceful. You will have the most lessons, which become blessings, and you'll come back bigger and stronger, better than ever. And you have to start from the bottom. With that, I am complete.